everybody, my name is Puppeteen from I Love Puppeteer on I Love Puppets again. Yes, again. I know I was going to save it for tomorrow, but I decided what the hey will come tonight, and here we are to discuss episode 8 of season 7 of The Flash. Joining me, as almost always, Darkness. Hello.
Yeah, how's it going?
Oh, it's
Hi.
Frog.
Yeah, I know. I felt like I should hang upside down for a while. Or are you upside down?
No. See, I'm in my chair, and thus I am right
yeah,
side
yeah,
up.
you are? Okay. Yeah. Ah, very good, yeah.
So how are you defying gravity?
I don't know, I'm just standing on the ceiling. Or, I don't know, I'm in the black void right now. I can't see anything.
You've got those sticky feet?
Ah!
Not sticky enough. Well, anyway, we're here today to talk about the newest episode of The Flash, premiered today. And, I talked about it before, about how Supergirl was really quick because the plot is irrelevant. It's not irrelevant here. This episode's mostly about Killer Frost being put on trial and blah, blah, blah. We're going to make the metahuman cure a sentence option for future metahumans, and it's making an example out of Frost. It's a bullshit storyline. Sorry. No, I'm not. It's annoying. I thought originally it was going to be she walks up to Argus, this lady, I can't remember her exact name. Can you, Froggy?
Yeah, Floreza, but
No.
actually, no, it's Alexa.
No.
Yeah.
No. I'm talking about the lady who wants Killer Frost to go to jail. Or use her powers.
Yeah, no one cares about her. I don't know her name.
Well, that's the main plot of this episode, sir.
That's a subplot to the main plot that's going on.
The main plot
is Flash. Yes, but I understand this is basically want to show Killer Frost has to go to GSP court, but the problem is that the crazy lady who's basically like working for Argus, I think she's working for Argus. I'm not sure. She works for the governor. That's all we know. And she has a personal vendetta against all metahumans. He basically wants to force Killer Frost to take the cure. So Cisco and Katie and Allegra decide to sneak into the GCPD and put the device on to make all the cures inert, because Cisco feels bad because he created the cure and now it's being used as a weapon. So the only problem is it backfires.
Yeah, because then they're trying to pin that on Killer Frost, and thus they get a sample from Argus, and we're going to have 100 new shots to give. So there you go, and it's bullshit. It's really annoying, and how this ends up happening, we can just go ahead and skip to the ending of this trial. Killer Frost gives a whole speech about how her powers are her identity, and even though she'd survive with the metahuman cure, if she doesn't have her powers, she doesn't want to live. So she asks for a life sentence without parole instead of taking the cure. This is just stupid. I'm sorry. I like, when we watch this show, we've dealt with episode where the Flash has lost his powers. Barry is still a good guy, and we still are able to enjoy him for who he is. So let's say we take away Killer Frost's powers. She could be given a variation of the cold gun. If it's simply her powers that define who she is, though, that's ridiculous. That's like saying the color of her skin defines her character. And only that. Her sexuality defines her character. That's stupid. A person is far more complex than simple things like, I was born this specific way. No. How you become as a person is what matters. The individual matters. Hello, Eric Breen. We have him in the audience. Where is everyone? I don't know. Who's everyone? Well, we have you and Maranya in the audience. Hello, Maranya. Glad you are here. Time to hear one of the speediest reviews on YouTube. Yes. Well, we just finished up explaining the Killer Frost story of this episode, which is honestly taking place of the main plot. And it's a little annoying, but oh, there you are, Froggy. I thought you disappeared.
Yeah, I was too busy texting up the stream. I wanted to make sure that everybody sees this because I want to say, despite the whole Killer Frost, thing, her versus the state and all stuff, and her versus the Medicure, it actually wasn't that bad. There was nobody in bad 90s clothes. They were actually. I mean, we didn't see as much of the Flash. I mean, most people would say it was a dumb episode because, well, it's called the Flash, but it had nothing to do with Flash. There were small parts, so Grant Gustin took a back seat, which I can understand because I was a little upset about that too. But considering what's going to be happening on with the next, I mean, I want to see because we got some cool special effects in this. I really liked it. Yeah.
Well, I agree, and I guess we should explain the true part of the Flash. Flash and Speed Force team up, and they're going to look for Freza. Is that her name?
Freza. Yeah.
Yes. Because they get a isotopic signature that matches her. So they track it down to like this community project area where they're building houses and getting medicines and stuff and blah.
Yeah,
blah.
basically helping the community where it's been destroyed by basically previous meta attacks and stuff.
Yep. And so they are led to this girl named Alexa. Alexa is a former addict, and Barry is trying to talk her into coming down to Star Labs to run a test.
Yeah, but we also got to point out he's in a CSI thing, basically like. Yeah. So first thing she thinks is like they're there to arrest her because she got super defensive, which I got to point out in the comics the character was kind of defensive too when the Flash first appeared. She did not like him, and she thought that he was talking down to her. This basically kind of felt this kind of way too a little bit. But the weird thing is, compared to the comics that were done by who's his name, Josh Williamson. Yeah, they changed a lot. Yeah, and this girl is basically like she's the Hulk. She cannot control her powers. She is scared of it. So basically, she's like the Betty Banner.
And yet, no, whenever she gets mad, she becomes this basically modern day She-Hulk.
Yes, yeah, and we don't know. The bad thing is about this, and is because the Speed Force goes with Barry into the tent in there and just started liberating her, like, no, what we did, no, and gets crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Eric,
I agree, Mr. Green.
Tough Girl with Tooth, how original. Yeah, it's actually comic based. Go read the comic again. Remember we reviewed
Yeah, but I can understand exactly what he's saying.
Oh, of course. Yes. I understand what he's saying, but that attitude part was part of the actual comic book. Nothing much changed.
No. I'm not fighting that. I'm just saying.
But the way they're doing this character is different than because in the comics she had control over powers and she was using the fight against injustice. Because what countries, third world countries are from, the government was corrupt. It was starving the people. She was a resistance fighter. She was an anarchist. Now in this, she's just basically someone who's afraid of becoming a monster. Totally can't control her powers. And then we have Speed Force being a bigot.
Yep. Because Speed Force is like, you know exactly who you are and what you've done. And Barry talks her down And at that point, she refuses to go. Later on, Barry goes as the Flash and convinces her to go to Star Labs. Simple as that.
Yep.
They get her there. Barry's Barry again. And they're about to run a test. And they do it just enough to see if she is affected by it. And indeed, she is carrying the Strength Force. And it looks like, hey, we figured out the situation now and everything's going to be okay. But Nora, I'm sorry, I don't like calling her Nora.
I don't.
The Speed Force.
I call her Speed Force. Speed and the T.
Force.
Which I must say is the stupidest thing ever, because I understand, well, you shouldn't say them, Mr. Froggy, because comics are different. It's a totally imaginating. No. Why can't the speed powers, why do they have to be an entity? Why can't the Speed Force just be a non-human form entity? We saw this with Doctor Who when the TARDIS became human, the soul of the TARDIS. That was more touching, I guess. This is just cringe.
It's annoying. It is definitely annoying.
So what? The Barry's gonna fight against his own Speed Force, the one that gives him powers, and then he's gonna be powered against? Is that where we're going, Flash?
Well, yeah, in this scene, because Nora the Speed Force is told by Iris, you can't do that. You can't attack somebody without knowing the full details. That's not what a hero does. And later on, whenever they actually test Alexa and find out that she is indeed infected by the Speed Force.
But I also watched the Edward Norton Incredible Hulk movie. She's strapped down to a table, and they basically use a little MRI thing to increase a little bit of the whatever rays that she's exposed to, and she starts hulking out, and they quickly turn it off. But only problem is the Speed Force gets crazy and just wants to attack her, and Barry says, "No, you can't do that," and she's like, so the Speed Force said to Iris, yeah, I respected that I know how you're his lightning rod and everything, but guess what? I'm the lightning. When Barry throws the lightning bolt to block the lightning bolt that she was going to throw at Ferreza, sorry, at Iris, I misspoke. Yes, maybe because I want Iris to go, but I don't know. Moving on. Basically, the lightning bolt that Barry threw into her lightning bolt, she stops time. Barry's stuck. He can't use his power. He's stuck like everybody else, but he's alert. He can see. He can move. She takes the giant above energy, absorbs his power, and she's like, "Thank you. That's what I needed to destroy this." And she throws it at Alexa, and Alexa is basically like, poof, dead.
It looks like that. And you know what? Watching the Speed Force use her power, did you notice that the lightning wasn't just one kind of color?
It was multicolor.
Different colors.
And I've been telling you that in the very beginning of this episode. I've been telling you in the last episode that the Speed Force, I think that she locked them away and she feels threatened because they are stealing her energy. So basically, when they were all released, she was the most powerful force, and now that they are mad at her, and that's why she's afraid.
That also sounds like the Eric Bana Hulk movie where Talbot provokes him in the chamber. They don't try to anger her. No, they simply expose her to her isotopic.
Yeah, she was very exposed.
Yeah, because they don't want to piss her off and provoke her into it.
Yeah, they only got 1-star labs.
Yeah. But yeah, the Speed Force in that moment, I think the Speed Force is trying to absorb the other forces, take them down, absorb their power, and become the Mega Force.
Yes, because remember, this is the first time we've seen that the Speed Force is being kind of like a villain before. Remember, it required the Speed Force in order to be. Remember, someone has to take the place in the Speed Force. Originally, it was I think I remember it was in the comic book or it was in the show. I think Wally was in there. No, yeah, and then Barry went there to get Wally out, and then Barry took the place. But then, the next season, we saw Barry come out, and then Jay's like, "No, I'll do it," because someone has to stay in there. So So it's just getting the point where it says like they're making the Speed Force into a villain. Why? Are you that other ideas? I mean, it's original, I guess, because I don't. Well, maybe it hasn't happened in the comics. I don't know.
It is a little tiresome. I'm not exactly sure.
Maranya, how dare you say that?
Oh, Maranya,
I can't
don't
believe
cancel us.
Oh no!
Don't cancel
no,
us.
No! Why would you say that? Oh.
Speed Force is prepping for Pride Month.
Oh.
I think Pride Month is no. It comes up.
It's next month. Yeah.
Coming out.
Wow, it's been out.
And Evil Black Cat is saying season 3.
Yep.
Well, it's good to see you, Black Cat. I think that's what she's talking about. The season where Barry, Jay, and Wally all are like, okay, it's my turn. No, it's my turn. Hey, no, it's my turn. And no, you can't do this. I gotta do it. I think that's exactly what Evil Black Cat means.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, going on with this show, there are worse CW shows. I can still say that. But when it comes to it, it's just kind of annoying at times. And I'm not exactly sure why the hell they're locking Killer Frost away.
Hey. Watch your language. It's the kid show.
Oh, what the heck? They're
that
doing
much better. That much better.
Locking Killer Frost away. I'm sorry, just Frost now. Again, her saying that her powers define her just feels right. It feels wrong. Sorry. And I do not understand why they think that writing this is the way to go. Because Killer Frost, if she can live without her powers, go the right ahead. And you can make like ice gauntlets. I mean, she met just 2 episodes ago, Frostbane, something like that.
The only thing I said, I keep saying this, and I know you don't like it to agree with me, but I'm going to say it again. Eventually, they're gonna do the whole trope where Caitlin and Frost need to be together because they both die apart from each other, just like they did in the Hulk. The
Hulk is a different story.
But DC copies Marvel all the time.
It works both ways, but
yeah,
I disagree.
Both ways for Pride Month.
Tillium, it is good to see you. He is greeting us with a joke. Why did the cat cross the Speed Force? To flash to the other side. Thank you.
That's funny.
Why is Puppeting in the old place? Did he not move to Gotham in the Puppetverse?
No, Gotha. That's a new place.
Oh, Gotha.
Yeah.
No. I have taken up Englantine's old residence. This chair is now mine. He has to sit in a corner. Ha ha. Language. Is Froggy channeling Captain Froggy's side again?
Captain Froggy. I like that.
LK's just here for the banter. Well, I hope you're also here for the banner because we've been talking a lot about the Hulk this episode.
No, we've been talking about the banner.
Speaking of banners, this one.
Ooh, what is that? That's kind of cool. I like that.
Puppeting please asks you to like, subscribe, and leave a comment. It means a lot. Thank you.
And if you want to leave a till in the Ko-Fi, what's the Ko-Fi anymore?
We don't have a Ko-Fi.
How do we not have a Ko-Fi?
Well, you see, I haven't gotten around to it. I'm waiting until I get some more subs.
Every dollar helps me buy more crickets. I'm starving over here. You don't hear any crickets, do you?
He is a starving frog. Just $1 a day can help feed poor starving frogs like the one right here. With your donation, we will give you a free calendar, mug, and a t-shirt featuring Froggy's face.
I'm so cold. Yeah,
Help puppet in need.
I need
Thank
money.
you.
Give me something warm.
Okay, now that the joke's done.
Who's joking? I'm freezing over here. Ooh, so cold.
Oh. Dominic Powell has joined us. Hello, Dominic. How was the episode of Flash tonight? A little irritating, but it was overall okay. This show's not bad. That's what I can say about it. The show is not bad.
Nah, it's actually very good. For those people who do not like it, I'm sorry that you don't like the show. But then again, no, I don't want to say that because I don't want you to like everything that I like. I want you to like what you like.
Exactly. And
we're all about sharing and caring.
Yeah, leave a comment. Let us know if you're watching this after or you're in the audience right now. Let us know what you do like about the show if you are currently watching. If you're not, then just tell us what you think the show is doing right or wrong from what you've heard. What does a puppet eat? LK is asking. What does a puppet eat? Well, you see, we eat all kinds of things. You just can't see us because on camera it ruins the effect.
Yeah, it does.
Are you upside down again?
Yeah. Why?
You know gravity's going to eventually get you. Oh, there we go. Now, what I was saying though, this show is not bad. We're watching all these CW shows. There are plenty of bad shows. It's just a little annoying sometimes. There's just not much you can do.
We might run into, I don't know. If someone draws it, that's one thing. If it's our pictures, we might be sued for copy infringement because, remember, somebody made us.
That is true. Maranya is saying a mug with Puppetine Froggy.
Wait. The Froggy is not drunk.
However, they do a cartoonish likeness of us.
Yeah.
Perhaps that could sell because
somebody should.
It wouldn't be just a photo.
Yeah, I need to get paid. I'm on your. He forces me to do this every single time.
Oh, okay. Georgia Peach is in the audience. Well, aren't you just peachy?
Yeah,
and
she is a peach.
Well, the peach thinks you're a drunk.
Yeah, you called her a peach. yeah, that peach is drunk.
Oh, the peach is drunk.
Yeah.
So we have drunk fruit and drunk frogs. What kind of show is this?
Where are the oranges, though? That's on, though.
And we have no bananas.
No bananas?
We have no bananas.
Well, then, if we had bananas, we'd be monkeying around.
Oh, well, we don't have any monkeys on this show.
Not yet.
Ooh.
It could happen.
Okay, getting back on topic, LK has given us a comment. It's annoying because as a comic book fan, you want the shows to do well, but the level of dumbness eventually turns that frustration to anger at how badly they're treating the property. I can feel that. I really can.
Yeah, but I've also read bad runs of Flashes, so I mean, I understand what you're saying, but I don't know.
I think there's give and take.
Yeah.
You can give a show leeway.
People say that the original CBS Flash was bad, garbage. That's why it only lasted a season on CBS. But I actually enjoyed that with John Wesley Shipp. Why? Because they made the Flash basically like Wally West. He kept eating all the time. I think that's because of the 1987, with Mike Baron. Yeah, I get Flash knowledge. You see that? I'm flexing. Yeah. You also know what happened in that show? I already stumped him in the first episode, and then he didn't see Rob again. And then he started dating Tina McGee.
Yeah, see, that is a major way to look at it.
But the reason I guess people didn't like it is because, well, one, they had kind of bad costumes. Not the main Flash costume, but They made the Barry into Wally, and this instead of calling him Wally, they called him Barry.
It can be annoying, but with shows you have to give leeway. I feel
Yeah,
if you're
lots of
sitting
leeway.
down and you are able to enjoy a lot of it, like even if it's just quick moments, things that the characters say, and the actor's performance.
Yeah, like this channel, you gotta give us leeway.
Yeah. And there's obviously going to be bad episodes of television. It just happens. However, if you can't look past a little bad for the good that you get,
Yeah,
then we can't get anything. If you think about it.
Yeah, as my friend says, you got to do a little bad to do some good.
Georgia Peach says that they are not drunk yet. Dun dun dun.
Not yet? Oh.
LK says whoever says the original Flash series is bad doesn't know good superhero shows. It was a fun 90s superhero show. I agree with that. I think the scheduling for the CBS Flash is what nuked it. It was up against the Cosby Show and A Different World. Yeah, I can see that. Against some big names there. Okay, 90s Flash is Silver Age Flash. Single issue stories. Current Flash is modern day comics. Long, meandering arcs that sometimes hit. That's fair. That is fair. And I think how a story is told is important. You know, we talk about this a lot when we talk about the Justice League. How you tell a story is how it hits. And some people like just fun single issue kind of stories, and they're like, yeah, this is it. This is exactly the kind of show I want. I on the other hand, I do prefer longer stories. I feel like I want something with a little more flesh to it.
Yeah, he wants longer and more flesh.
That you just made it weird, Froggy.
Well, you're the one that said it. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I said it. You added
I didn't add anything. I used your words.
Let's circle back to that.
Yeah, let's circle all the way back. Circle back. Circle back.
Is that word funny?
Circle and back.
Okay, says, and I miss the short stories in television because so many of today's writers don't have the talent to create epic season-length stories. That is fair. Which also lends to how Netflix is able to create seasons of television and make a season-long story. It's harder on The Flash or Arrow or Supergirl because they have so many episodes that they have to fill out because that's the order they're given. Whereas they have more functionality on streaming services. They can go as long as they want. They set the rules pretty much. But they have to work within CW limits. And CW limits gives them a lot of space, but sadly they don't need that much space. And that's really a killer there. But it's also why shows like Legends of Tomorrow, they've been doing better recently. They've cut back episodes, and you think it's lacking attention on that series, but I think it actually helps them fit more story in a shorter season. Oh, Maranya says the old superhero shows were single or at most 3 episode story arcs. See 66 Batman. I have, and I love 66 Batman.
Yeah, I like Catwoman's butt. What? That was the whole focus of the show.
That is not the focus of the show.
Well, I don't know what you're looking at, but that's what most guys were looking at. It wasn't.
I thought you were into frogs, sir.
I thought maybe you're looking at Robin and his skinny legs and the whole time.
Oh no! I'm definitely
Yeah.
looking at Catwoman.
See?
Fine, I'll admit it. Okay.
Yeah.
But the horny puppet bit has been played. I'm not trying to lean into that.
I don't know. You get a little bit fuzzy over there.
Oh, well, I'm going to get fuzzy. Okay. Maranya is saying that it could be aired out of order and didn't wreck the continuity. But there's a thing that you have to look at. How much continuity actually mattered in Batman 66?
Yeah, it was all pow, poo, papa. It really didn't matter at all.
And it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fluff.
Yeah, that's basically what it was. It was a kids show.
Yeah.
It wasn't merely meant for...
so doing season-long stories didn't matter. But it's hard to compare.
It wasn't. From what I've seen, it wasn't as written as serious as the comics were afterwards. I guess because correct me if I'm wrong, and I might be wrong. I don't know, but I will never admit it. But basically, after the Adam West show went off the air, they changed the comics away from looking at the silly Silver Age hijinks, and they started making them serious. So
times change, and stories do too, and how they're told.
Because that show was very cringy.
Oh, it wasn't cringy. It was fun.
Oh yeah, you say cringe is fun? Okay, that's you then.
No, you just look at the show wrong. Maranya says these days the seasons are structured so that you can't watch them out of order. But then again, they are being streamed, not syndicated, if you don't have to worry about airing out of order. That's true. Dominic Powell says Avatar The Last Airbender show writers that you can do long-form storytelling through serialization. However, some of today's writers are taking the wrong lessons from said show. Yeah, I can see that. I can definitely see how that would happen.
I really like these things.
I
really like these things. I can read along.
Yeah. Evil Black Cat says it's not harder on the Arrow or Flash. They could handle long-form storytelling story just fine up to season 2 of both shows. That is fair. Sometimes series just go on for so long, they can't figure out the story they want to tell. Yeah. They run out of it.
Hop out of it.
And in the case of Arrow, sometimes stories get messed up from studio interference, but that's another story.
Yeah, I feel bad for Arrow because he's green, and it's not easy being green.
Marani says there was minimal continuity in that they were referred to prior encounters with the villains, but otherwise not much. Exactly. And Dominic Powell says, I remember when I watched Arrow when it first came on, my reaction was, why are they using Batman stories for Green Arrow? Oliver is not Batman. That's fair too.
Yeah, and then you found out that Gotham was on, and that's why you didn't have Batman on CW, because Batman, he's one of those characters they'll never let be in actual show again, on TV again. They won't.
Can you think? I just want to put this out there. Can you imagine an actual Batman TV show again? It would be so awesome.
Not really, because it'd be on CW.
The CW can make good shows. We've had this conversation before.
Yeah, I know.
It depends on who's behind it and their focus and
who's writing. Who's doing the show for Superman and Lois?
The people behind Flash.
Who's also the people behind Supergirl?
Wrong.
Aren't they all the same guy? Aren't they all that?
No. Greg Bertinelli is involved, but he is not the end-all be-all. On Flash, there's been more direction from another person that I can't think of the name.
Jeff Johns?
No. I think it's Danny something with a D. Okay, it's the ego and hubris of the showrunners that can't adhere to the actual story arcs that they claim they are using for inspiration. Instead, they are bastardized versions of the heroes. That can happen too. And Black Cat agrees they can make good seasons of shows, not good shows. Ooh, that's sadly fair. Except, I will say, Supernatural breaks that. Every season of that was really solid.
Yeah, I get the point. That actually, the first ones are very until the point where they meet Castiel and Lucifer. Those first 4 seasons, ooh, chilling. But after that, yeah, then it became Angels versus Demons and all the other stuff.
I like that.
Yeah,
It was
I mean,
fun.
it was still creative though.
Yep, and they could keep a story flowing. We need more of that in our superhero shows.
But people, like you said, the people will still get down on that because there was an episode where they had remember the play?
Yes, that was annoying, but it was one episode.
Yeah.
You gotta be able to shrug things off. Nope. These are not rose-colored glasses. I thoroughly enjoyed each season.
Wait. Why is he making fun of Rose? What's wrong with rose coloring?
Looking through the world with rose-colored glasses just isn't that great, I guess.
Doesn't that what Daredevil does?
Marani says, actually, when Denny O'Neil and Neil Adams did the Green Arrow, Green Lantern series, they intentionally turned Ollie away from being Batman with arrows, which he was prior to that in the comics. Okay. But given the time and how YouTube wants to keep us down, I think it's time we wrap things up, Froggy.
Well, yeah, for protection.
That's right. So I will point to the ticker. I please ask that you like and make sure you're subscribed if you're new. Leave a comment if you're watching this after this is aired, and we hope to see you again real soon. So, speaking for Froggy and speaking for myself, one more thank you and bye.
Goodbye. I'm awesome. He's not.